Peace and Black Power family. Harlem educator, author, and activist, the Black Liberation Coach, Brother R.J. Imba. I'm filming live on location at wonderful historical and political village of Harlem, New York City. Peace, family. Ukusu. We hope that you're doing well. Hope that you're in good spirits and in good health. I want to get right to the point. I just want to remind you all to support the work we're doing. A lot of people are sending comments and inboxes on the great work they see through Harlem Liberation School. Please, family, we appreciate that. But it would also be very helpful if you subscribe. If you're watching now and you're not subscribed, to click the subscribe button. Why? Because it opens up tools that allow us to do more to reach more people. I'm not here for fame or fortune, family. I am under no illusions. I'm here to reach the maximum amount of African and new African people that we can all over this planet, to use this white man's technology to our benefit, to sabotage his technology, to hijack his technology and use it for our liberation. So please help us to help you, family. Please click the subscribe button. Share the video with 5 people that you think might be interested in the content. We greatly appreciate that, family. Now, having said that, I'm going to have a few things going by. If you want to support our Cash App, is going by, tickering on the bottom. Family, what we're talking about today, very simply, is why does the FBI raid Black organizations? Why does the FBI raid Black organizations? We're raising this, obviously, right on the heels of the murderous, ruthless, white supremacist, wicked, and evil Federal Bureau of Investigation of the United States taking it upon themselves to bum rush the home of our good brother, Chairman Chairman Omali Yeshitela of the African People's Socialist Party. They raided his home. They raided the home of the sister that runs the Burning Spear newspaper, which is their organizational newspaper. And they also raided another headquarters in St. Petersburg, Florida. Now, a lot of people on YouTube I see what people are doing. They jump on every trendy subject, family. They're professional ambulance chasers. I'm not chasing no ambulances, family. I'm a community organizer. I'm in it for the long haul. So today it's the African People's Socialist Party. Tomorrow it's the Nation of Islam. The next day is Harlem Liberation School. Families is not isolated, and there's a history to this. So when this is over and you forgot all about it, you still need to have the political education to process it, because this will not be the last organization that you're going to hear about on the news that was raided by the white man family. It isn't the first and it won't be the last. So we're using this unfortunate incident as a teachable moment. And we're going to get into 4 basic reasons, starting with this, family. It's psychological warfare, family. The FBI is known to do this. Those of you who are students of the Black Power movement certainly know the FBI raided Black Panther offices all over the United States in the 60s and 70s. And you know that they raided offices of the Provisional Government of the Republic of New Africa, family. You also know that in the 70s and the 80s, at least in New York City, the police department, under the excuse that they got an emergency call from the mosque, tried to bum rush Mosque number 7 in Harlem, right? So this is what they do. Why? It's psychological warfare. What it's designed to do is to scare the members of the organization to say, I don't want no parts of this. I can't get arrested. I want to get killed. I don't want to die and leave my family. So these type of acts are designed to make everybody in the African People's Socialist Party say, man, I'm out. I can't do this. That's the first thing. You got to understand how they operate, family. You have to understand how the wickedness, but the wisdom of what they do. Why is it wise? Because if you want to get people to quit, that's a surefire way to do it. Bum rush the headquarters, bum rush the newspaper office, bum rush the chairman's house, scare people to death, right? And I think in line with that, it's also designed to create chaos and confusion and demoralize people. Why? Because they never come at 2 p.m. They never come at 5 p.m. They never come at 6 or 8 p.m. at prime time. History will show you they always come early in the morning. Why? Because the goal is to catch you slipping, to catch you sleep, to have you not even dressed properly. All of that is part of psychological warfare, family, to cause disruption and chaos, fear, and to demoralize people, right? When did they get kill our brother Fred Hampton early in the morning? That's how they do. That's how they move. It's to shock you. It's to get you in a vulnerable situation where you're ready to say, man, I quit. I don't want to do this no more. Or where you're ready to snitch on the organization. Yeah, that's the other thing they do. They pressure you in these ways, and then they'll come to somebody in the organization and be like, I know you're feeling pretty sad and demoralized, but we can help you out. We know that you owe money to the bank, money for your college, or money you need money for this. You do this for us, we do this for you. You got to know how they work. I'm not making any of this up. This comes straight from my knowledge of the COINTELPRO. And I'm not a person who's just quoting COINTELPRO, family. I've read at least 4 books, cover to cover, on COINTELPRO and the church committee reports. This isn't me just here philosophizing. This is coming from research over years. That's what they do. The other thing, family, is so we talked about what they do targeting the members of the group. The other reason the FBI this past Friday, as it relates to the African People's Socialist Party, but also back in the day what they did to the Black Panther Party, what they're going to do to your possible organization. The other reason they do this, that takes care of the members of the organization. But now what they want to do is make it so the members of the larger Black community are scared to join and support the group. Fam, you got to see how it works. Because what they want people to do is read the paper. Did you hear what happened to Amalia Shatella? Oh my God, did you hear that they broke in his house? They had his wife handcuffed. They had them outside handcuffed, and they bum rushing into their house, and they shooting all types of smoke kind of grenades and bombs. So that's designed to make you go, I don't want nothing to do with it. If you were thinking about joining and supporting, if you're a person that buys their newspaper regularly, if you're a person that comes out to their different centers around the country and goes to their meetings, that was designed to make you say, I don't want nothing to do with that. See? So it works on the members in the group, and it's also designed to work on those Black people who are not in the group to make sure that they never support the group. All right, we're going through it, family. The reasons why the FBI raids our Black organizations. Now, those were psychological tactics. Now we're going to get into propaganda. It's a propaganda move, family. It's designed to create the impression that the group they're raiding, the organizational officers they're raiding, is criminal or dangerous. Again, an attempt to create a wedge between the organization they're raiding and the larger Black community. Because you know how we get, family. We can be very conservative. I support this organization. I support this person. Then we see them on the news in handcuffs, putting their head down, and we automatically assume the white man said they're guilty. They must be guilty. They wouldn't do all that if he or she didn't do something criminal or illegal. So it's propaganda. It's designed to criminalize the organization in the minds and the psyche of those watching the news, reading those papers, looking at it on the internet or YouTube. And I found that many people have addressed this subject on YouTube. I'm not going to name no names. Many people address it on YouTube, but nobody's telling you why they did it. They're just reporting. I'm not a reporter, family. I'm a community organizer. I'm not here just to tell you what happened, play by play. I'm taking a biased, subjective opinion, and I'm very clear and open with that. I'm on the side of Africans and New Africans. I'm not trying to be objective and let the devil get away. I'm holding them responsible. I'll never let them get off the hook, family. Neither should you. Now, let me go back. And then I'm going to look at some of the comments. It's to create this idea that the group that they've raided is criminal. Why? How do you get that? Because think about it. Why would they spend money? Why would people be going there? He said they were dressed in combat gear. So there might have been body armor. They have all these weapons. They detonate in these little smoke, these little flash grenades. I mean, why are you doing all that? That alone, if you were there with a video camera and you were videotaping it, that alone, that image you would be thinking, damn, what are they selling drugs in there? See, when you don't have all information, your mind goes on its own. Oh, they must be selling drugs. Or they must be, involved in some type of sexual trafficking. They must be involved in something because they wouldn't do all that, take all that time to do that for nothing. That's what it's designed to do. Create a kind of a distance between them and the black communities. So in the court of public opinion, what that's supposed to do is make you as an African, a new African, side with the enemy, family. Now, those of us who are properly politically educated, we know better. But guess what? That's a small minority of our community. I have people in my family, especially older. They assume they see that. They say, see, I told you those black nationalist groups, they're trouble. That's the first thing that they'll think. And it's because of things like this. Now, the last thing, family, those who are here, you with Harlem Liberation School Online. I'm Brother I.J. Tangba, the founder and director. We are talking about why the FBI raids these black organizations. What is the purpose? What are they designed to do? And we want to just stop and say thank you for coming out. And family, please make sure you subscribe and share the video. Now, I'm looking at a few comments here. The Queen Bee, Britta Hilaire says, Wakusa to the family. I got one more point, family, so bear with me. She's also welcoming the family to Harlem Liberation School, and she is correct in saying if it's your first time joining us, thank you, and we're glad you did. And please feel free to join in the discussion and put your questions and comments, and definitely subscribe and share the video. Now, Brother Nanamdi says facts, like you stated, it's psychological warfare. If we hit the organization and the people who might want to join the organization won't join. That's exact. That's right and exact. Family, you got to peep their game, and you got to read. You got to read those COINTELPRO documents. You got to read the church committee reports. You got to really read and understand how they move and why they move that way. And then you'll be able to be politically sound. You'll understand why they do what they do, and you won't fall victim to the propaganda. And then Brother Nanamdi says, do you think they're starting to hit black organizations because of that one incident with the brother who was militant running around with guns? I'm going to get to that in a minute. My short answer is no. I think they're doing it because this is a time where black people are demonstrating a lot of protest activity. There's a lot of YouTube channels with brothers and sisters that are exposing what's going on. The better ones, at least some of them, to me, are not doing a great job of that. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of killing of black people. This is a time where you would expect to see a lot of resistance. And I think they're doing it, Brother Namdi, because they want to quell the existing black resistance. They want to confuse and disorient black people who are lukewarm. The type that in the barbershop, they watch on the news. They're not in any organization. They never go to a protest. They don't donate to any organization. But they're right there on the edge. And it may take one more incident for them to join an organization. They're trying to get those lukewarm people to stay away. They're trying to criminalize our organizations, and they're trying to keep black people deaf, dumb, and blind, family. Because they know once we organize in this country, all 55 million of us, or at least a significant percentage, then we can change the conditions in this country. All right, now let me go on. The fourth reason why the criminal and wicked FBI raids black organizational meetings and headquarters. Now, we went through the psychological reasons. We went through the propaganda. Now, this one is very functional. This is about intelligence. They're doing this so that once they dispel all of the organizational members out the headquarters, once they get the chairman and his wife out of their home, what do? They go in the home. Why do they want to go in the home? They don't have nothing on the people. They're not arresting them. They're not taking them to jail. Why? Because their real goal wasn't to take them to jail. They don't want them. They want information. All the reports say, Brother Omali Yeshiteli said, they came in the house. They took all of their smartphones. They took every laptop they found. And in every place they went on July 29th, that was a routine occurrence. They took people's cell phones and they took their laptops. Why would they do that? Well, family, first of all, today, your cell phone holds information like your contacts, so they can get to see who you're rendezvousing with, who they can create their list of bad people that they need to lock up. If something goes down, they lock them up automatically. They separate them, isolate the leadership from the people, because if you cut off the head, the body will die, right? They're trying to see also what your next moves are going to be. Why? Because you got Google Calendar, right? And you got all your appointments in Google Calendar. Well, you can get Google Calendar on your phone. They can go right through your phone, break into your phone, unless it's an iPhone. Well, it's hard to get them iPhones, man. But if you got an Android phone, they can break in that phone. They all up in your calendar. They know where you're going. They know what your medications are, when your doctor's appointments are. You feel me? When you're meeting again, what you're meeting about, and the same with your desktop. But the smartphone, the digital age, makes it even more uh, um, damaging for us because your smartphone is now a baby computer. It has all your information, right? So it's to gather intelligence and information to know, to answer the who, what, where, when, and why's, family. You feel me? That's what it's for. Get information. And information today is currency. Back in the day, they had to beat you up, hog tie you, put a ball in your mouth, pull your fingernails out one by one, cut you with a knife that had garlic and onion on it. Now, family, to get you to talk. Now, family, they don't need you to talk because your phone is going to do all the talking. They got your pictures. They can identify people. You're sharing information. It can go through your texts. And of course, you also have legislation like the Patriot Act and the PRISM program that has given the government, has forced some of these major cell phone companies to give their information, to allow them to go into your information. And they have software that can scan your texts and listen to what you're saying. It's really crazy. So that's something that I think you should know about. Now, what does this mean for us, family? And then I got one last point. Well, what are the lessons we learn? Number one, if it were me, I think you should operate it, especially if you're a black person in an organization. If you're a black person, you're in no organization, you make no political stand, you don't donate to nobody, you just kind of go to work, do whatever you do, come home, go to sleep. They're not as much concerned about you. But certainly if you're in an organization, lead an organization, support an organization, donating to an organization, go out to meetings, family, I would suggest that you operate as if the FBI is coming to your house tomorrow. Because what would that make you do? It would make you be a lot more judicious about the information you put on your phone, wouldn't it? It might make you a lot more judicious about backing up your computer. Because guess what? They took all these laptops out their homes. Who's to say they won't break them? Who's to say they'll return those laptops? So now they got your property and all your information on it. So you might want to say, I need to back up my computer like tonight, right? So that all my files aren't gone. Or I may want to password protect. Microsoft Word has a feature where you can password protect all your documents. So somebody may be able to double click on it, but a dialog box is going to come up saying enter the password. If they don't know the password, they don't get in. In other words, don't make their job easier. Make their job, which is to sabotage you, criminalize you, imprison you, make their job harder and more difficult, not easier. I would suggest you learn how to password protect your documents on your computer. I would suggest that you get one of these. Do I have it handy? Portable hard drive. This holds 2 terabytes of information. This little drive here may have more storage than your laptop and your entire desktop computer. This little thing right here. It's a drive. And you can store everything on it, and you can password protect your portable hard drive. Again, make their job more difficult. Black resistance. We don't make the oppressor's job easy. We make the oppressor stay up all night. Make him worry. Make him lose his hair. Make them go crazy like they try to do to us. That's our psychological warfare right back at them. Okay, family? So please, I hope that I was clear. I hope you understand what we're talking about. And we have Brother Nnamdi has another comment. He feels that when they caught, what's the name of the black organization, Black Hammer, they had weapons, whatever. He felt it's an excuse to do what they do. Hey, I don't put anything behind them. Because here's the other thing. Nnamdi brings up a good point. Another reason they can raid your home is that once they get everybody out of there, Who's to say they're not planting something in your house? Who's to say they're not putting something illegal or that constitutes as contraband in your headquarters? And then they come out and put, oh, they got coke. They're drug trafficking, right? So you have, or they got pills or whatever they're doing. They're criminal and they're dirty, and they're evil and they're malicious, family. And it will stop at nothing. So it's very important that we do things to protect ourselves. It's very important. They're looking for weapons too, by the way. You best believe that they want to see that they have any illegal weapons in there, because this law has passed. So you got to see how everything connects, right? Supreme Court passes a law that supposedly makes it a little easier for the average citizen to get a gun, right? So you got to know if they did that, there's going to be other things going on. So in New York City, pardon me, even though that law was passed, they still making it difficult for you to exercise your right to get the gun. So they're probably very paranoid that every Negro in the country got a gun. And they should be paranoid after all the crap they put us through. They should be paranoid. So you got to put all these puzzle pieces together, family, and it will make sense, right? It will make sense. Queen Bee Brenda says, perhaps we need spooks by the door. Absolutely, we need an intelligence formation. We need an intelligence apparatus. Why should they be the only people that know what's going on? Why should they be the only ones getting information on how we moving and when we moving and where we moving? Right? So we need to rethink our policy about police. Rethink our policy about going to college. For those of y'all that's hating on people with college degrees, I never heard anything so ridiculous in my life. We're supposed to be thinking we're a colonized, subjugated people. We're supposed to be using any tool at our disposal. So that means when we go to college, when I went to college, I didn't go there to integrate. I went there to infiltrate. I went there to get the tools and the skills and the contacts and took it out of there and used it for our people everywhere I went. That's how we should be thinking. We need to change the way we think, family. The way we think sometimes is reactionary and backwards. You hate the cops? I understand. The cops are being vicious? I understand. Maybe some of y'all need to join the cops. Adria, you crazy? No, I'm not crazy. Because that's how you're going to get information that you're going to then report back to us. Guess what? White supremacists all over the country, says the FBI in its 2004 report, infiltrated the police departments all over the country. Why? So they could kill black people and get paid for it. That's why. Why don't we think as if we're being warred against? Because we are. And in wartime, in Vietnam, let me tell you something before I conclude, family. In Vietnam, the Viet Cong, which America did its best to destroy and defeat, right? Do you know that they had leaflets, like flyers, that they would, let out from their airplanes all over the different places where the soldiers were. And they were written to black, so they were written in English. And they read something like this, I'm paraphrasing. Our brothers, our black brothers, why are you here trying to kill people that have done no wrong to you? You are fighting the wrong people. You're fighting the wrong war. What were they trying to do? They were trying to use propaganda to teach these brothers, man, you're not even supposed to be over here. Your enemy, the one you should be going to war against, and they were correct, is the white man in your home country of the United States. So if people can do this in a full-fledged war, who are we to say, oh no, we can't do that. You can't join the cops. We can't. No, because you're not integrating them. The plan is we need to infiltrate them. So every site of power that this white man got in this country, until we create a functioning black nation, we need to infiltrate it. We need to know how they process chemicals, how they treat diseases, how they deal with biochemical warfare. We need to know about the weapons they use and how to use them and how to neutralize them when they're used against us. We need to know about how to educate our kids and all of this stuff, how to grow food. And if we don't know it, we go to whoever knows it. And we infiltrate and get that information and bring it back to the people. This is simple. What I'm saying is not even deep. It's very basic. But fam, I'm going to go. And before I go, I'm going to leave you with this call to action. What do we do now that we know they raided Omali Yeshitela's house and his headquarters and his group? What do we do with that? How do we respond? How do we respond to that, fam? I'm going to tell you how you respond. Hold on, family. This computer is acting up. Give me 1 second. Don't you go nowhere. All right? I'll be right with you. You just stay right there, family. I know you can hear me. Just having a little bit of technical difficulty. Okay? Just bear with your brother. Now I'm going to tell you, we're going to go through this call to action real quick. I'm going to tell you what you do when the white man tries to neutralize your organizations and demoralize you and criminalize your groups and have you living in fear. I'm going to tell you exactly what you do. All right? If you look at the bottom of your screen, I have a call to action going by. First thing you should do, go to their website, the African People's Socialist Party. Go to their website today. Find out more about the organization. Write words where you can comment, write words of encouragement and support. Say, we love you, we got your back, we're sorry this happened, what can we do to help? And if you can donate and you have the ability to donate, very important, family. Also, what you can do is share this video with other people, educate them. Or you can watch it with them, or you can share it with them without watching the video. But family, please take this very seriously. Take this very seriously. And with that said, family, I am going to tune out here. Hold on 1 second. And with that, I'm going to say peace, Black Power, Ukusu, family. I think you got the point. Now you know why they raid our organizations. And now that you know why they raid them, you know some of the things we can do to stop them. Some of this I can't get into. I can't really get into here, okay? Because some stuff shouldn't be public information. Sounds the same elsewhere. The white supremacists are better able to infiltrate because their political movement. That's correct. You're absolutely right. Sounds the same elsewhere. However, that does not mean that we don't need to infiltrate. We have to infiltrate because we need information. See, if we were all together and we weren't a colonized, subjugated people, it would be different. But wartime, they have superior weapons. They have more. They don't have more bodies than us, but they have more organized bodies than us, right? So this means when the enemy has resources we need, we got to take them, and the only way you're going to take them is to infiltrate. So, but you're absolutely right with your assessment. It's much easier for them, right? Much easier. And then Sounds of St. Elsewhere also follows up with another very intelligent comment. Individuals can effectively infiltrate the enemy's police or the institutions without getting incorporated to the structure. Now, that's where people like me and organizations like Harlem Liberation School and organizations like Black Power Media and organizations like the Black Panther Party, New Black Panther Party, and organizations like Why Accountability, that's where we come in. Because if we give people a solid political education, it changes the game. See, if you send a Negro who don't know their tailbone from their elbow into this type of scenario, they're absolutely going to get washed up. But if you send somebody that has been trained, if you notice in spy movies, they don't just send a person in, they're trained. They're specifically trained to go through what they're going to go through in this organization. They're trained to play the game and to fit in, right? So that's what we're talking about, family. The Queen Bee, thank you for those comments, by the way. The brother Nanamdi, Queen Bee, Brenda, Sounds of St. Elsewhere, thank you. Make sure you all subscribe right now to our YouTube channel and spread the word, family. We're bringing that wake up, clean up, stand up formula that Brother Malcolm told us to adopt. Queen Bee says, wishing you all love, light, and liberation. And with that, we're going to say peace, Black Power, Wukusu, family. If we get it together, we get over our fear, we start loving each other, and we commit, then we will win. Thank y'all for joining. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Peace.